right? So he's saying their customs don't profit you at all, right? You're not getting nothing from actually keeping their customs.
Once again, it was trained to feel like that's not proper.
It's not. No, that doesn't fit our philosophy. We are a professional organization. You're gonna dress us up or get out. See what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't believe it. They think it's Sunday.
Yeah, because they going out the wood. The men and men's philosophies. But do you know what would happen to Esau's economy if every Israelite in the entire country decided to not buy, sell, or cook on Saturday? It'll collapse. They gotta understand, this ain't what we think. This ain't what we feel. What's going on with it, my brother?
How you doing?
What's going on? I'm Zhion. What's your name? Roy. Okay, Ro. Okay. So let me ask you something, Ro. If I ask you your nationality right now, my brother, what would you tell me? African American, right? Okay. So
I was trained.
I like how you said it, right? That's what you was trained to be. Because if you go ask a white person what they are, they would just say American, right? Okay. So why do they tell you that you're African American? Because now mind you, they came over here, they brought us over here as slaves, right? So why is it you gotta be African American? Right, they brought us from over there off the West Coast, right? But the term African American didn't even come into existence. How old are you, my man? 35. Okay. So it was a little bit before, you know what I'm saying, you were born. I'm 31. So in 1985, Jesse Jackson coined the term African American, right? It was a political thing. Before that, it was called Afro Americans, right? Before that, we were just called Negro, right? Before that, it was called just nigger, right? Oh no, I'm lying, it was colored, right? It was colored before Negro. Then before colored, we just called them niggers, right? Our nationality has changed so much, right? Throughout history. But like I told you, African come from Leo Scipio Africanus, okay? It was another white man, right? That conquered over there after conquered Hannibal after the Second Punic, all right? And then you got Leo Scipio Africanus, right? That's the African part. Then you got Amerigo Vespucci. He's an Italian map maker, right? These are two white people. There's no way you as dark as you are, which is beautiful by the way, come from two white people that have no color.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It's impossible. Because let me ask you something about color, right? Just to bring it on a little bit to you. This black can fade, right? It can get to the point where it turns this grayish to a whitish color, right? Black can fade white. Have you ever seen white fade black? Well, white can't lose its color, right? So we didn't come from them, they came from us. But the point I want to talk to you about your nationality is the fact that you wouldn't know. Because right, you say you African American, right? If I ask that brother right there, I might get a different response. Well, like him, for instance. What's your name, brother? What's your name, bro? Huh? James, what's your nationality? What's your nationality, James? What's your nationality? What would you say?
I got caught over.
Huh?
Already, man. Nice to meet you, bro.
Good, but I'm gonna head to the restaurant.
You don't know right now. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Now let me show you something about the nation of Israel that's very important about just this one little small segment that we finna deal with right quick. So you said you an African American is what you've been trained to be, right? He said shit, he really don't know what he is, right? Read it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The ox knoweth his owner.
Right, so an ox is a very simple animal, right? An ox has a purpose for tilling the ground, right? Or pulling heavy items, right? He said he knows to where he belongs. He knows his master, right? Read on.
And the ass is master's crib.
Ass is a donkey, right? Very, very simple. He's a very simple creature, right? A donkey knows where he lives, where he come from, right? If I take a donkey from Rusty and I go drop him down on the other side of Arcadia, he gonna be able to know how to get back here to Rusty. See what I'm saying? Right. But what though?
But Israel,
which is us, right? They got you thinking that the real Israelites, right, or the people in Israel right now, they said Israelis. Right. We were called Israelites, but they changed it. We're gonna get into it. Read on.
But Israel do not know.
We don't know who we are. We don't know where we come from, right? Read on.
My people do not consider.
We don't even consider it half the time. We just go off what we was trained, we talk, right? You see what I'm saying? See, in this Bible, they made it to what you tell about the Bible when you think about white Jesus, right? Because that leads me to my next point. Well, I'm gonna bring y'all back until y'all understand that y'all gods on this earth. You think it's a coincidence that we the strongest race? We the fastest? You think it's a coincidence? Nah, we was built like this, right? Because we were God's chosen people. We were built after His image. Right. So come here, right? Let me ask y'all something about these two pictures, right? Point to me where is Christ. Or what do you believe or have you been taught to be Christ? They would tell you that this right here is Christ, right? Okay. So, what would you say? This right here, what you've been taught to be Christ?
All the way.
In a way? Okay, so here's my question, right? Why is it a white man? Why ain't it a Chinese man? Because in Christianity, like, I don't know, y'all been to church before, right? In Christianity, they tell you, oh God, Jesus came to die for everybody, right? So name me one time where you ever seen a white man die for somebody else other than him. Never. Christ got hung on a tree. I don't call white people getting hung on trees, right? I don't call them getting lynched, right? He died a black man's death, right? So we're gonna find out the Bible what Christ really look like. Because it's crazy that they give you this image, and this is what I want y'all to understand something. Y'all heard the old wise proverb. If you want to hide something from a nigga, where you put it? In a book, right? You want to hide something from a nigga, you put it in a book. Because niggas don't like to read. They don't like to read. So they can give you this image and tell you Christ is white, right? And you gotta praise and worship this white image. And it comes with the whole psychological imprisonment. Because now when you see white people, how you doing, sir? Excuse me, sir. But then when you see another black man like you, what you looking at, nigga? What's happening with it? That's what I'm saying. Because you don't see that, you don't see Christ in your brother. But we're going to tell you what Christ is like out the Bible. Read it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. You know? The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revelation of Jesus Christ. The root word in revelation is revealed. So Christ is about to be revealed before the entire city of Ruston today of what he actually looks like. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants.
Which man just thought about on their own.
Which he showed unto his servants.
It said God gave this for him to show unto his servants, right? So this was coming from God. He wrote it in the book. Go to verse 10.
Verse 10. I was in the spirit of the Lord's day.
Today is the Lord's day, right? So he joined the revelation. Man, I was in the spirit on the Lord's day. Read.
And heard behind me a great voice.
So he heard somebody talking behind him. You know what I'm saying? Read.
As of a trumpet.
Big talk real loud, right? Just like us. We loud people, right? I heard somebody talking behind me. Voice kind of loud. Like, who is that? Read.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
He said, I'm the first and the last. I'm the beginning and I'm the end, right? Read.
The first and the last. And what thou seest, write it in a book.
He said, hey, whatever you see, write it in the book. At this point, he ain't even turned around yet, right? I think, keep reading.
And sending unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesians, and unto
Evans, go to 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candles, one like unto the Son of Man.
So he turned around at this point, right? He saw his feet. And he looked up, he said, oh, in the midst of these 7 candlesticks, right? That's the menorah. He said, one like unto the Son of Man. Because remember, John the Revelator was with Christ. Right. So he looked like the Son of Man to me. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So you know he had to have a real body. Because you hear that BS, oh, Christ was a spirit, right? He said, I see this man with clothes on. You can't put clothes on air. I encourage you to try it. It's just going to fall to the ground. Right. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And girt about the mouth with the golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So now he's talking about his hair, right? He said his hair, and his head and his hair was white and woolly. They was just talking about his texture, right? Who got woolly hair today? Is it white people, they got woolly hair? Like sheep wool? Nah, they got long, stringy hair, right? Woolly hair is like your hair, right? Your hair. This brother with the big bushy tail, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did you know about that the style of hair you got right now is in the Bible? It's associated with us? You knew that was in the Bible? What you do about it?
Man shall not cut his hair unless he start a new beginning, or unless he touch his body.
Okay, I'm not really sure where that comes from. I think you're dealing with someone a little bit with Samson. You know what I'm saying? But the locks are in the Bible.
Yeah,
that's
not directly with, but I know that's one that encouraged me to continue to
Grow your hair. Okay. Read that. Song of Solomon, 5:11.
This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 11.
Bring it out.
His head is as the most fine gold. His locks.
His what?
His locks
His locks
are bushy
are bushy.
and black as a raven.
They black, bushy locks, right? That's us. We got bushy hair, black hair. Well, this is our locks, right? The point about I wanted to understand about that black, right? So go back to Revelation. Read his head and his hairs.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, so he had white woolly hair because he's old at this point, right? This is 6 years later, right? So when we get older, right, our hair turns what? Whitish, right? Like look at my brother right there with the beard. You see his beard is kind of grayish, right? Same thing with us. When we get old, we're gonna get gray. I got some grays in mine already, you know what I'm saying? But that's strike one for this bastard right here. Read on.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire,
All right, read on.
and his feet like unto fine
So
brass.
we're talking about his feet now, right? Because your feet is pretty much the same color as the rest of your body, right? Ain't none of us walking around here with white feet and black body. See what I'm saying? So he said he looked at his feet, and his feet was what?
Like unto fine brass.
Well, he said his feet was about the same color as fine brass. So, do you know what brass look like? It's brown, right? It's kind of like this menorah right here. Remember he said he looked in the midst of 7 candlesticks, right? So he said that menorah right there is pretty much the same color as that black man, right? As it fades back here, you almost lose sight of it. You know what I'm saying? But he said that's what he saw. He saw a dark-skinned man when he looked down. But how dark was he? Read on.
As if they burned in a furnace.
He said he was so black like he got burned in a furnace. That's a black man, right? Yeah. So how do you get a white-ass image out of that? You can't, right? But they know that if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book, right? Because we do not read. The scripture said we don't even consider it. We haven't considered that they lied to us, right? And I don't you think, how do we know that we the Israelites today? We can prove it out the Bible that we Israelites. Here's my question. How did our ancestors come over here? How did we get over here? They brought us over here. How? How they bring us over here? You heard it was by boat. You see the deception trying to creep in? Like they think they don't even teach slavery in school no more. They don't. They took it out for a reason. They heard us like, oh man, these niggas out here talking about slavery, and they connecting with the Bible. They don't want you to have the knowledge. Knowledge is power. We're gonna show you that in the Bible. All right, but read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right, so y'all heard about, I know y'all understand the history a little bit when we was in Egypt, right? Y'all heard about Joseph, right? Like when he was, you know what I'm saying, king over Egypt, and Moses was like, hey, let my people go, right? So what was we doing in Egypt? Were we ruling it? Hell no, we were slaves. We were slaves. We was the one building up the temples, right? We was the one working for Pharaoh. It's no different than today working for the president, right? So he said he gonna bring us into Egypt again, but we not in Egypt, the country no more, right? We're in Egypt. It's a spiritual book, right? So we're gonna go back into slavery again, is what he's saying, right? Read on.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
So he was gonna bring us into slavery with ships. Remind you, when we went to Egypt, we walked over there. Because Egypt is a part of the African continent, right? Africa as a continent has made up of several countries, right? So we walked into Egypt the first time we went into slavery, right? But this time he said, y'all black asses gonna go on ships because y'all hard-headed. Y'all won't listen and do what I told you. Mind, this is our creator, our father, right? You got kids? Man, your kids are disobedient. You're gonna be stern with them, right? You're not gonna be like, oh, please don't do that. No, you like, man, sit down, boy, right? And if he don't do what you say, it's some consequences, right? Same with you? Okay. Like I said, he said he gonna bring us over here on slave ships, right? So what happened when we got off them ships? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right? Read on.
And there you should be sold.
So once we got over here off them slave ships, he said there, right, which was here in America, right, we were going to be sold on those, we was going to be sold, right, to who? Read.
Unto your enemies.
Our friends.
Unto your enemies.
Our partners.
Unto your enemies.
Our enemies is the one that was going to buy us off those ships, right? Read on.
For bond men.
For slave men.
And bond women.
And slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
No man shall buy us don't mean they didn't purchase us. Buy is a Quaker word. It just means redeem. Meaning nobody's going to be able to take us out of these curses that we in, right? Because Martin Luther King tried, right? Where he at? Dead. We on this street right now, right? Malcolm X tried. What happened to him? Dead, right? The Black Panthers tried. What happened to them? They disbanded them, locked them up, killed them. But every time somebody try to rise up for the people, they can't. They can't. It's been coined and quoted, right, that the greatest threat to the American society is black unity. So long as they keep us divided and hate each other, we ain't got no. They ain't got no threat to live by. They'd rather have you out here killing yourselves, right? But that's part of these curses that we go through. So now you understand. They said the Israelites is gonna go like that. How do we know that he was talking about Israel? Go to that. It's Deuteronomy 28, right? Go to Deuteronomy 1:1. So I can show you he's talking to Israel. We just got through reading about Christ being black, right? Christ was an Israelite, right? You know what tribe Christ came from? Yeah, you ever heard about what tribe Christ came from? Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little trivia right quick. You heard of the Jewish people, right? Jewish people, right? What color are they? They're white people. The Jewish people, you know what I'm talking about with the long curly hair thing? Yeah, those are white people, right? So they say that they're Jews, right? But we just got to read that the king of all Jews is black. We're going to go into that. I just want to put something on your mind in the back there before I connect them dots later, all right? Because the Bible will tell you everything you need to know. I mean, like, bro, when I first heard this, I didn't believe in the Bible. I didn't believe in none of this. But when I actually heard it from one of the elders that taught it, and I read it myself, I said, whoa, wait a minute. Let's talk about us. Yeah, it may got all our history, and they're like, okay, this is why we like this. This is how we got over here. Because you ask most black people why our history started, they're going to say slavery. But before slavery, what we're doing, we were ruling the earth. Right? Read it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
To the whole world.
Unto all Israel.
Who we say he was speaking to? All Israel, right? Moses was speaking to all Israel only. Right? Go to 2015. So let's find out why we went on those slave ships. Why did we have to go back into slavery?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So you know what it means to hearken? Listen. So he like, if you don't listen unto the voice or the words that I'm telling you, right? It's like I was telling him, I gave your child example, right? You tell him, hey boy, if you don't listen to what I'm telling you, read on.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
To do what I'm telling you to do, exactly how I told you to do it, read on.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so he said, if you don't do what I told you to do, exactly how I told you to do it, all these curses, which is a curse, a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, right? Name me one good curse. There is no good curse, right? He said, so all these curses were going to come upon us, right, and to overtake us. I mean, we couldn't get away from it. It was going to be clear as day for us, right? Go to 46. If we didn't obey, right? But what about those curses? Read.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
These curses will be upon us for a sign, right? What that sign say right there? That sign tell you exactly how fast you need to be going, right? So these curses are going to be upon us for a sign to tell us what we need to be doing, or what we are doing wrong, or what's going on with us right now. Like a light bulb be going on. Man, why is it black people always getting gunned down in the streets? You know what I'm saying? How is it when they kill us, they get off and don't go to jail? You know what I'm saying? But stuff like that, it's only for a sign, right? Read on.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder, for you to wonder, like, what is it? Why is it, man, it's only us dealing with this? You know what I'm saying? Why is it black men are incarcerated at a 78% rate? Why is it the Hispanic man is right there with us? You know what I'm saying? Why is it, black man driving down the street, he get pulled over just for driving while black. But a white dude would come up in this, we know this is the black neighborhood right here. White man come roll out here and say hello right there. He ain't gonna bother. But you carry your black behind over on the other side of town, right? Where the white folks live at. And you drive through that damn neighborhood and that cops see you. Stop me, sir. I just trying to figure out where you headed. What you doing over here? It's this ain't your side of town. Why we go through those type of problems? You feel me? Because these are curses upon us, right? God said that, hey, I gave y'all certain commandments to do what y'all didn't do it. So now what I'm finna do is dive into a little bit of the commandments, right? A little bit of the laws of something that's gonna change your world, right? Because even the streets ain't the same no more because they don't live by no code, right? It used to be growing up in our time, man. Hey, when if you have to get back on somebody, not saying I approve of that, we don't condone it, right? But if you had to get back on somebody, man, women and kids was off limits. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't go out there and try and hit nobody on Sunday, right? Because that's when everybody was doing their thing. But nowadays, man, you got these little youngsters who don't care about nothing. They'll wet the whole house up, killing babies, grandmamas. They don't care. It's getting worse. No morals. But guess what? The Bible is where we got our morals from. It just over time, they even lost it because they weren't trained that way. Because they was brought up in single-parent households because the black man was either in jail, right, or dead from trying to have him to get out here and man work.
No father figure around, so the mom out working.
Yeah.
And they really just learning as they go.
Ain't no father figure around, just like you said. Like, you have a dad in your life?
Actually,
Y'all grew up with both of them in the house?
separated.
They were separated.
Started out, but it was separated, but they still co-parents.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. That's good. What about you, Jan? They were separated. Now I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if both of them in the same household, under the same guidelines, with the same morals and the same rules. Man, we could have been so much. It make a whole lot of a difference, right? Read, what I had you get? Yeah, all right. So now we're gonna get into some laws, right? So I want to get to a little simple basic law, right? Something that y'all are kind of already doing. Go Leviticus 21. Something that y'all are already doing. Because these laws, man, believe it or not, they're not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like when you give it instructions about changing your life, it keep you safe. You know what I'm saying? Read that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 5.
Bring it out.
They shall not make boldness.
He's talking to Israel, all right? Remember, this whole Bible is written to Israel, by Israel, for Israel. Not for nobody else.
That's right.
This book ain't for nobody else. It talk about other nations here, about them being your slave when the Christ come back and bring kingdom back on this earth. Because people think, oh man, we're gonna go to heaven. But that's not what it is. When you think about when you say the Lord's Prayer, He said, "Thy kingdom come on earth, right, as it is in heaven." So the kingdom is going to be here. But for Christ's kingdom to come on, guess what? Their kingdom got to fall. See what I'm saying? But read it. Keep reading.
They shall not make baldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So we can't make ourselves bald. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan, right? Taking that razor to his head. Can't do that. That's not our custom. That's what we was doing when we were slaves in Egypt. You see how it's connected now? When we was in Egypt, remember, they cut all their hair off. You go look up any pictures of the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians. They would cut all their hair off, and they would put on wigs, right? Cut their eyebrows off, which our women do that now. And then draw them on. You see what I'm saying? Right. Foolishness, right? But he said, as a man, we got to have a beard. You got a beard. I see you growing your beard. You got this part. You just cut it. Just growing back.
I just growing back. I cut it. It's growing back.
Yeah, man, don't cut it. You can edge it up. You know what I'm saying? Edge that thing up, man. Get you looking sharp, but don't cut it off, right? Read that part again.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Think about it. When you was in slavery, this man ain't got no hair on his face, do it? That's a baby right there, right?
Yeah.
No hair. That's a woman right there, right? Yeah. No hair. What they call you in slavery? Boy. Boys don't have hair on their face, right? Because in the wild animal kingdom, right? You see a lion, how you know the male lion from the female lion? The big mane. Yeah, the beard, right? It said that is how you are to be deemed a man. If I had a Zondervan around here, I could show you out the Compact Bible Dictionary. It defines beard as a badge, right? A badge of manly dignity, okay? That's something that you wear with pride. Because think about it, man, you know how we young, like, man, my mustache started coming in. You know what I'm saying? I got a little chin up.
You know, once again, we was trained to feel like that's not proper.
Yeah, we was trained to see you not having a beard is not proper. Because if you want a good job, you better shave that face, boy.
Actually, that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to have our beards. Our beards are our power. Yeah, think about it. You got old time people like, boy, you look wild.
Yeah.
Like a wild and rough. You should shave that off your face and look clean cut. Right? That's the term, clean cut. But ain't nothing clean about it. You found it? All right. This is our Design of a Compact Bible Dictionary. All right. It's a lot of definitions about the Bible. Right? You want to understand what a word means in the Bible? Use this book right here. Right? Here you go.
Out of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, beard, a badge of manly dignity. As a sign of mourning, it was accustomed to pluck it out or cut it. The Israelites were forbidden to shave off the corners of their beards.
The Israelites were what?
Forbidden to shave off the corners of their beards, probably because it was regarded as a heathen sign.
The heathens do that. Heathens are everybody that's not Israel, right? You see these white men today, they don't have no mustache, no beard, no goatee. They like, boom, booty face, what we call it, right? They want you to be like that because it's their custom, right? But that's the problem that we've been into this entire time, is falling out the day customs. Give me that in Colossians 2, right? We've been going out the day customs, right? This is a law that I just read out the Bible. That was your custom, to not shave your beard.
That's right.
But they put you in positions because you got to work. You in captivity. So they say, man, you don't have to cut that off your face. You want to work. You know what I'm saying? Because if you most times you go find you a job where they'll let you have it, it's other stuff into it. Might not be paying as much, or it might not have as many benefits, right? Because everything is costly now. Food is priced ridiculous. Trying to get a house is priced ridiculous. So they raise it up to, well, guess what? Now you got to try to do all these extra things just to conform to this and be set up in their lifestyle. But this is what the Bible say about their traditions. Read on.
Book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8.
Bring it up.
Beware, lest any man spoil you.
He said, beware lest any man spoil you. Now, he ain't talking about the spoil like, oh, man, I'm showering you with gifts, right? It's like when you leave that milk on the counter, it go bad. The point it stinks is right. You got to throw it away, right? So he said, don't let nobody spoil you to the point to where God gonna have to throw you away, right? Read.
Beware, lest any man spoil you, you through philosophy
Through philosophy,
and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world.
So we're going to deal with that part. He said philosophy. That's one of their philosophies. Hey, man, you got to be clean shaven if you want to have a good job. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Even in the NBA, right? Y'all watch sports? Even in the NBA, they instituted to where they had to start what? Wearing suits and stuff, right? Remember when AI used to be up in that gym, man, he'd come in, white tee, earrings, his chains. He was doing his thing. He was living how he dressed how he wanted. They said, nah, no, that doesn't fit our philosophy. We are a professional organization. You're going to dress as such or get out, nigga. See what I'm saying? Just like with the situation with John Moran, like it's not illegal for that man to have a gun, right? But because of how they want that man to be perceived, they started screwing him over, didn't they? They kicked him out, they suspended him. Yeah, you guys see him on the internet with a gun. Meanwhile, their house is full of guns. See what I'm saying? Right. But it's their philosophy, right? That's what you're not supposed to. We can't buy into their philosophy, right? What else it said? Philosophy and what else?
After the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Right, so, and they traditions, right? Another tradition they got is 4th of July, which just passed not that long ago, right? You got black people out there popping firecrackers, right? On 4th of July. What does 4th of July mean? What you think it means, James? What's 4th of July about? What are we out there popping firecrackers for?
That don't mean nothing.
Okay, what? Day of whose independence? Theirs. In 1775, what was we? In chains, bro. Like, come on, man. Yeah, we out here celebrating. Like, yeah, we was in them chains, bro. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Juneteenth, all right, that's the day that they said, well, that was the last day we got saved. We got freed from captivity, right? So, but here another one, right? Christmas. And this one gonna mess your head up. Think about Christmas, right? Supposed to be celebrating Christ and Christ's birthday, right? When we shower each other with gifts and people start fighting and beating each other up in Walmart over TVs and it's breaking up with chaos and stuff, right? Right. So that's a tradition of man, because
Nowhere in the Bible does it tell us to celebrate Christmas. It actually tells us not to.
Right.
Mess your head up a little bit now. Remember, these are traditions that we've been brought up, and like you said earlier, we've been trained to do. Give me Jeremiah 10. See, I'm going a little bit of different places right quick, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to hear this and understand, like, man, these niggas been lying to me. They got me out here, like, tripping. They got me cooning, right? Read.
Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Oh, remember he said don't follow after the traditions of the heathen? We just read that scripture previously, right? He said don't follow after the traditions of the heathen, right? Now he's saying learn not the ways of the heathen, right? Don't start doing what they doing. It's doubling down. He having to tell us twice. Hey, don't do what them heathens do, man. Don't do it. Why? What are you talking about, though? Read on.
Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Because they dismayed at the signs of heaven. Read on.
For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain.
Their customs are vain. You know what vain means? Vain, you know what vain means, Ro? Or something is vain.
Vain, like do it in vain.
Yeah, you did it in vain. For nothing. Yeah, like, man, I did that in vain. Like, I ain't even get nothing from it. It's for nothing. It profited me nothing to do that. Right? So he's saying their customs don't profit you at all. Right? You're not getting nothing from actually keeping their customs other than conforming to them, doing what they want you to do. Right? Read.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
He said one cutteth a tree out of the forest, right? With the Christmas tree, right? That's a big thing in Christmas, man. You see people going nuts behind trying to get them a Christmas tree, right? Right? Read on.
The work of the hands of the workman. With the axe.
With the axe, right? Because back in the day, they got them now where you can just go pop them up and stand them up. But back in the day, they had to go find one, get their axe, and they had to chop it down, right? Read on.
They decked it with silver and with gold.
Hold on. They read that part again. They got a lot of it. I want them to hear that. What about this tree?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Y'all remember the old Christmas song? I can't really remember calling it too much.
Silver and gold.
Yeah, deck it with silver and gold, right? They said they deck it with silver and gold. They putting all these ornaments and different decorations installed on top of the tree and all that, right? What about that though? Read on.
They fastened it with nails and with hammers.
Like I said, now they got the little 3 prongs where they ain't got to worry about it moving. They had to nail that one to the ground so it wouldn't fall. Read on.
That it moved not. They are upright as the palm tree.
Right, these trees is upright. Read on.
But speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go.
Yeah, so like you said, don't follow after that. He just went into the whole description of the Christmas tree. Right? He just told you, don't go after the customs of the heathen. Right? Don't be dismayed at them. Right? Don't do what they do. So we talked about one of our customs, which is keeping the beard. Right? Let's talk about another one. Go to Exodus 20. Let's go to Exodus 20. Man, I appreciate y'all staying and learning that, man. That shows that y'all got a certain type of connection with this. You're like, man, this really makes sense. Because you hear throughout the Bible all the time with that prosperity doctrine, right? Oh, man, you give 10% and do all that. Wait, that's something else you don't know. We ain't supposed to be giving tithes. Not money. It never was money. Lies. More lies that they gave to feed you.
You're supposed to.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to get 10%. Right?
Yeah, but they fed you them lies. Read the Exodus 20.
Book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Right, so I don't know if y'all was out here earlier, right? They said remember the Sabbath day, right? To keep it holy. Right, so if you got to remember something, what that mean happen?
You gotta keep it on track with it.
Right, you got to keep on track with it. You got to remember. If I tell you, hey man, remember to go pick up the groceries for tomorrow, that's me letting you know in case you not forget, right?
Right.
But what happened was we forgot. That's why he had to tell us, hey, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. When's the Sabbath day? Saturday, right? You got your phone on you? Go to your calendar right quick. I'm going to show you something.
A lot of people don't believe it. They think it's Sunday.
Yeah, because they going after what? Traditions of man and man's philosophies. They doing exactly what the Bible said not to do. Right? Read. You got your calendar up, right? Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day.
The what?
The 7th day.
What's the 7th day on your calendar, bro?
7 day?
The 7th, the last day of the week.
Last day of the week, Saturday.
Saturday. Boom. Right? So on the seventh day, read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
This is the Sabbath of the Lord, thy, meaning our, not theirs. It's cool for them to go do all that crap they doing for now, right? But for you, no. It ain't for you to go do what they doing. Because then you be falling after what? They traditions and they philosophy, what you just heard, you not supposed to do. Right? Read on.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
Man, you know how you naturally just don't want to do nothing on the weekend? That's what it was for. You ain't supposed to be doing no work on Saturday. Right. No work. You ain't supposed to be going to punch nobody clock. Bro, do you know what would happen to Esau's economy if every Israelite in the entire country decided to not buy, sell, or cook on Saturday? It'll collapse. And one day, it'll be $1 trillion debt happen because nobody's buying. We are consumers. We buy. We don't produce anything. That's part of our captivity. Right? We consume. We going in there buying. How many money do you think that store making on today, man? People in and out the store. Boom, boom, boom. They getting it. Imagine if, because remember, where's the store at? In the hood, right? Imagine all of us, we just stopped going in the store. We're going to be gone a little while. They ain't making no money. So they come set up in your hood, in your neighborhood. They know you like to buy and like to spend. Right? But the Lord said it's cool to do that. But not on the seventh day. Today, right? Read on.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant.
Ain't nobody in your house. You, your wife, your kids, even your dog, your ox ain't supposed to be out there working.
Everybody's supposed to be chilling.
Everybody's supposed to be chilling. They rest. Right?
I hate going to work on Saturday.
Yeah, I bet you do. It's just natural. It comes natural. It don't feel right, right?
I deal with it.
Yeah, but what you need to do though is try to talk to your boss and see if you can get off on Saturday.
Yeah,
and if you can't, you gotta find something.
I request it because I don't feel it's right.
It ain't right for us to have to go working on our Lord's day.
My days that I'm supposed to, I feel like I'm supposed to be with my kids, my family.
Right. We're supposed to congregate together.
And if I don't miss that day, then I'm gonna miss out because I'm back at work. I'm always in work. I'm working on the Saturday, the day that everybody else is free, and I'm not free.
Right. We're supposed to gather together on the Saturday.
Everybody else back busy.
That's not true.
I'm probably free. My off day probably on a Monday or two. You know what I'm saying? I go on Wednesday.
Right, and then the day that they decide to think about it, the only days they decide to let everybody off is on their wicked holidays, which once again, we're not supposed to do.
Right.
Think about it. So everybody go gather up on 4th of July.
Yep.
Everybody come together on Christmas. Everybody come together on Thanksgiving, huh? Yeah, that in Shreveport, man, they be shooting up the city on 4th of July. I'm talking about, it sound like Iraq out there. For real. You see them? Like, why though? On their day. The day we supposed to come together is what our custom. Our custom what we do. But we all been accustomed to their word.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Read this though.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, he said gather together, O nation not desired. Don't nobody want us. Think about it. Every time you go anywhere, eyes is on you.
Yeah.
They watching you.
Yeah.
You go around any of the other nations. Hell, even amongst your own people. They watching you.
They can't trust us.
Yeah, they can't trust us. We're not wanted. We're not desired by anybody. You hear me, James? Nobody wants us, man. What about it though? Read on.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shafts.
Right, so before the end comes, we got to gather together. We got to come together as a nation. Read on.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, for what? For not doing what you're supposed to do. Not keeping his commandments, right? Not doing what you're supposed to do or falling out of these traditions, right? I'm gonna get Romans 12 right quick. Why are you using that? You can wield that thing? Hey, I'll probably tell you, I can't wield that junk. This is what you call KJV 1611. That's what we're talking about right now. All right. This book has the Apocrypha in it. This was the original Bible before the Protestant church decided to take out the Apocrypha, which goes to our Greek captivity. right? Because we talk about, and you read in Matthews and Rome, we was in the Roman era, right? But the Apocrypha goes to when we was captured by the Greeks. The Greeks were later conquered by Rome, which became the Greco-Roman era. It's a little bit of history real quick. All right, read that Romans 12. Because I told you, we're not supposed to do what they do in this world. We have our own set of customs and traditions that set us apart from everybody else. Read on.
Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. Don't go along with what everybody else is doing. Read on.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right, what y'all getting right now? Right now, y'all getting y'all minds renewed, right? I mean, y'all getting y'all minds reprocessed to start over. Like, hey, I'm not a nigga. I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't no nigga. I'm a God.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't finna go celebrate your holiday. I got my own holidays in the Bible that's really my customs, right? Read on.
By the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable will and perfect will of God.
By you getting what y'all get today and changing and hearing the truth, guess what? Now you're gonna be able to see and prove what is acceptable by the will of God when you read the Bible.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example.